Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Green Factor, a show where we talk about green design and the business of sustainability. I'm your host, Haris the Green Carpenter, and today we're going to be having our Green Factor Unplugged session, a session where we do every month with Mia from Unplug. Hi, Mia.
Hi. Excited
So,
to be
how,
here
how's
again.
how's your Raya?
Oh, it was good, but stuck in traffic.
Oh, you went back.
Yeah, we went to Ipoh. 2 hours. We were stuck for 4 hours.
What?
Yeah,
I think
it
that is
was.
one of the okay story lah. Other
Yeah, but
people have the worst, right?
it worth it because it was 2 years of not being able to come together.
Cool. So the Green Factor Unplugged is a show where we do every month, and we highlight local brands that do well in the sustainability sphere. And today we have one of the pioneer brands, Justlife. But before we go to them, I think maybe Mia, you could share a little bit about Unplug, what you do, and also the metrics that you use in terms of assessing brands.
Sure. So Unplug is an eco-conscious select store here based in Kuala Lumpur. We're offline in Bangsa Village as well as online. And what we do really is we curate and host and support over 50 sustainable driven brands that really span across the categories of apparel, home and living, as well as skincare. So the idea is just to make it easy for customers to discover and explore sustainable products, sustainable brands. And it's also a curated space. And we curate to highlight 8 eco metrics and values that really matter to us. Those eco metrics are eco friendly materials, eco friendly packaging, eco friendly procurement, local made, preserving traditions, social impact, and zero waste innovation. So I'm quite excited today because we have Just Life here with us. They are actually exclusive distributors of two of the brands that we carry at Unplug, which is Florem, an organic aromatherapy brand, as well as Inika organic makeup. And Just Live has such an interesting story. We've been looking up to them for years now. We first came across them in 2013, I believe, through the Mari Mari Market, which is like this really amazing organic festival and marketplace that they hosted at a farm. So we're excited to be working with them and to get to share with you guys a little bit more about what they do. Sorry, Harith, you're on mute.
Yeah. So let's bring them in, but I bring them early. So hi guys. I think before we go into the question and all that, I think could you introduce yourself and what do you do in Just Life?
Yeah, I'll go first. Yeah, okay. Um, I'm Chiu. I've been working in Justlife for I think close to 2 years. So I also started in retail shop, and now I'm taking role in purchasing, which we call product venturers in our company, because it's not just about purchasing, but it's about venturing. It's about uh, sharing the story of good quality product, and at the same time I'm also in charge of chemical. Yeah, yeah, that's a short brief about myself. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, hi, I'm Sara. I've been with the company for a bit more than 5 years. Yeah. So currently in creative and in marketing. So that's where we tell like for example, Chewy actually goes and curate all the interesting brands, and we actually come and tell the story to our customers. So yeah,
Cool,
good to
cool,
be here
cool.
today.
Yeah. So just to I think recap or reintroduce Just Life again. Can you just share a little bit about the history of the company and also the thought process between why you guys or the founders actually founded in 1999, where at that time when you talk about organic food or store, there are some talks, but people don't really care about it. So how does the story goes?
Right.
Yeah.
So Justlife was founded in 1999. So that was about like 23 years ago. It was founded with the intention of our passion and our love towards people, animals, and also the environment. So naturally, we got into the organic business. So one of our founders, he used to work in a creative advertising agency in Singapore. So in a creative advertising agency, right, you get delegated jobs and like projects. So your work actually influences like millions of people. So for example, today you got this job saying that, oh, you have to create an advert on cigarettes or on alcohol, etc., etc. So you need to like really think creatively, like how are you gonna create an advert that will influence like millions to actually buy that product. So for him, he really wanted to promote something that he really believed in or he was really passionate about. So that's when he decided. That's when he found organic, and he decided to go into the organic business and industry. So when we started out in Malaysia, we were only half a shop, like really half a really tiny shop in SS2. No one knew about organic, and our stocks, because we had such limited space, our stocks were like up to the ceiling height. So it was even taller than the customers. And but it was a really nice and cozy shop in a way that before you go in, you have to take off your shoes, take off your slippers. It's a bit like going back home. And you're sort of like greeted and welcomed with like the stuffed meals that sometimes we were cooking some rice or sometimes we're cooking some dishes for our lunch. Our customers would say, "Oh, it smells so good in here. What are you guys cooking?" Yeah. So from that time, we started building a lot of like relationships with our customers and with our farmers. And I mean, at that time, organic farming was still very small. So our pioneers, they had to go to like the market and actually like fight with the other people to get the organic vegetables because we didn't have any connections or any relationships, right? But through like 20 years of work of relationship, we actually have a community of farmers and artisans that supports each other. So I think, yeah, we've grown a lot from that time. Yeah.
So it's more of an experiential kind of beginnings lah. We want people to experience a lot of different things that maybe at that time we have forgotten a little bit. So it's a new concept, and but that is like 20 years ago, right? So right now, what is the structure like, or the company structure like, your product line and basically the setup now?
Okay. Basically, just like it's a one-stop solution for everything, not only on food, not only on organic food. We also have environmental friendly product like organic sanitary pads or even detergent that is safe for the environment, and also kitchenware, which is uh, environmental friendly. So basically, you can find anything in our store, and also we focus a lot on organic skincare as well because we know many customers know that they have to be conscious on what they eat, but forgotten that our skin is also absorbing things. That's why we need to and always educate customer that not only focus on the food that we eat, but also need to take care of the skincare product that they use. So it's like you can literally find anything. You just come and uh, uh,
Browser.
yeah,
Just come and shop. Yeah, we
yeah,
have everything for everyone.
So you can buy online at shop.justlifeshop.com, and also you can buy at the store, right? So where are these store located?
Okay, we have 6 retail shops. So there are 4 in Klang Valley, which is in the Garden Mall, Tropicana Avenue, and Puchong, which is at the IY Boulevard, and also in USJ. And we have 1 retail store in Malacca, and 1 in Penang, Tanjung Bunga. And then, of course, we also have online store. Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. So I think that's a good introduction. If you guys want to know more, we are gonna go a little bit more into the detail, which Mia is gonna conduct next. but most of the information are on the website, or you can just contact them as well. So Mia, the next session, the hard question, the
Okay.
hard question.
Oh, the hard questions. Well, I look at Just Life as like where we want to be, where Unplug wants to be, and hopefully we can stay running for 20 years above, right? So first of all, what I want to get into is your relationship with the consumers. You guys were one of the first in 1999 to really promote organic food, skincare, and goods. Um, what was your initial experience like then with the customer response as opposed to today?
Mm. I think about 20 years ago, organic was such a foreign concept to the Malaysian market. Like people were thinking like, what is organic? Like, oh, is it something? Is something so expensive? You know, when you compare like organic to conventional, what is this? What is this thing? So we found that actually majority of the people, the customers that walk into our stores, are those with health conditions, like people with cancer patients. So maybe their doctors has advised them to actually practice an organic lifestyle. So that was 20 years ago. So if you fast forward, so much of education done until today, I think people generally there is an increase in consciousness
Yeah.
when people are more eco-conscious on what they would like to purchase and what they would like to support through every purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So nowadays we can see we don't need to do as much education as we first started out because people already know what organic is. So
Mm-hmm.
now
Yeah.
it's more towards like not all organic are equal, right? So
Getting
that's
Yeah.
the real.
getting the
Yeah.
real quality organic products, and that's what I think Unplug is also striving for. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. And like back then, because even marketing in the retail space has changed quite a bit, would you say that when you first started, a lot of it came from referrals, or was it just people seeing the store location? Um, so really dependent on walk-ins and they were curious. Whereas today, like there are buzzworthy words that people throw around that does help. Social media helps to bring out the message, influencers. How did you guys start to grow your find your customer in such a niche and new market early on, and how 20 years, that's a long time, how did you guys slowly grow that customer base and retain them?
I think it's the people in our team, in our all our people that we connect with, like our customer and supplier, takes a very big part of it. So because when we I just started just like it's also our customer that teach us like what is the good product that help them. So it's also I think the strong relationship between the customer and our team and also farmers. Even when the farmers come to our shop, our customer is very excited to like share with them like how do you keep your banana, and like because for organic produce is it's not like conventional food. It's not like or you see the banana, it will ripe very beautifully. Like for our organic banana, it might be affected by the climate. So sometimes where we couldn't uh, couldn't get a ripe banana, then they will like ask the farmers. So this is how I think build over the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I can
That's
add on that. Yeah,
Mm.
I think, yeah. Because initially, I think we didn't have a lot of customers. So we did a lot of crazy stuff to actually draw people to our stores and get to know us, right? So I think one of our pioneers shared before when we were just half a shop, but we wanted to support an organic farm. So we just told them that, okay, whatever produce you have, you just give it to us and we will sell. So we had so much of produce at one time that we couldn't sell during that period of time. So they had to like carry all of the vegetables to like TTDI Park and started giving out like free vegetables and also introducing about our store. And even like
wow.
there's a lot of like trial and errors. And like every Monday we used to have like a pasar malam at near our shop at SS2. So there was a lot of people that was going to the pasar malam, but no one actually noticed our shop. So we decided to like modify our storefront to become like a mini pasar malam. So actually, it did attract people to come. But when people saw the pricing, they were like, "Wow, there's such a huge difference," and that needed a lot of like education, and that's why
Yeah.
we did a lot of activities like Earth Day Carnival, We did Mari Market, lots of workshops, even our eco enzyme sharing, a lot of initiatives. Yeah, that
Right,
we got
right.
a lot of like-minded people. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's interesting how the community of your suppliers, like the farmers, helped grow this outreach, because that's definitely the same thing with us at Unplug. Our brand vendors and the collective, they're not just brand vendors. I actually hate using the word vendors, but they are part of who we are, and we grow together. We cross promote, we share customers, we share resources, we share knowledge. So I think that's one of the best part about the whole business, actually.
Yeah,
Mhm.
wonderful. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think without our artisans, without our farmers, without our people, our collaborators, everyone that's been with us through this journey, there wouldn't be a Just Life
Mm.
today. Yeah,
right.
Mm.
so we are really really happy that we have this really tightly integrated and tightly knitted community. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
in terms of customer, of course you went there when it's early on, but does the customer base is a similar customer base, or has it been evolving, or what are you seeing in terms of consumers right now?
mm,
Mm, mm. So we can see a lot of customers stay with us for more than 20 years with us, which is we are really proud of.
Nice, nice.
We can even share
nice.
the member card that we have. We used to have member card, but we because of the environmental friendly reason that we don't have it now. But it's still made of recycled material.
Yeah.
So they still proudly show to us. So we are really grateful for that. And also because they see after they use organic product, they see that their life change. So they also start to influence their children and also even their tutu to continue taking organic products, and also they share to their friends. And I think we can also see some growth in young and new uh, especially mothers, because when they are new mom, they are very conscious. They want to give the best thing for their children. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So I mean, we touched upon this earlier. Pricing, right? from then from then till today, I'm sure people are like, wow, this is like triple the price of normal standard products. How do you guys how do you guys treat your customers and educate them on pricing?
Right. Okay. I think I can share about this. So the other day we were just talking to one of the farmers, one of our organic farmers, and he shared that if you compare an organic farm to a conventional farm, let's say in a row of tomato plants, an organic farm can only yield less than 10% compared to a conventional
Yeah,
farm.
yeah,
Yeah. So imagine that, like in terms of yield, it's only lesser than
Less
10%.
than 10%.
Less
Whew.
than 10%. Yeah. Yeah.
mm,
So and this is something that's invaluable. Yeah, that goes actually really beyond the price tag. And one of our local suppliers, like Langit Collective, so they
yeah,
work with they work with very rural communities, small scale substantial farmers. So if you compare like the pricing, right, it's so much. There's such a big gap between organic and conventional rice, and the reason behind that is they let their land to rest for months before they actually grow new crops. So that's why they only
yeah,
do one harvest a year. Where you compare to conventional rice, you can actually harvest maybe twice a year or maybe even three times a year. So there's such a big gap in terms of the efficiency, but
hmm,
then actually people don't see the hidden costs like inside conventional products. For example, you're putting a lot of pesticides, a lot of chemical fertilizers into the
yeah,
ground and into the water. So we always get like news saying like air Selangor is contaminated or polluted. Where is the pollution coming from? It's from all of the products that we're supporting and how they are producing the products. So we're sort of like paying for it as well. We're paying the
yeah,
price as well. But all these costs are just externalized, maybe to the
yeah,
farmer or maybe to the environment. So organic basically is just a fair price. It's fair for the producer, it's fair for the environment, and it's fair for the consumer. So
yeah.
um, it's a difficult, it's a challenging
Yeah.
thing to actually share. But
It's
I
like
think, yeah,
it's like the inconvenient truth, right?
it is. It is. And sometimes like people know about this, but they still like want to they still like want to be in disbelief. So it's a bit difficult. It's challenging, but it's something
Yeah.
that I think everyone, including Harith and Mia, we strive every day to let people see the quality behind the price tag.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
value behind the price tag. Yeah.
I think exactly what you've mentioned about the slow process. It's the same thing when it comes to food. It's similar ideology behind clothing and other
Mm.
products that are not food, right? Because
Mhm.
people can't relate somehow when they think about this, but it's really looking at natural, slow production, and making sure that we're not looking at just efficiency and speed of how
Yeah.
fast you can produce volume.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So, I really want to get into this ecometric that one of our ecometrics that I feel you guys champion, which is eco-friendly procurement. And I think you guys are one of the brands that are really doing this very, very well. So we carry two of the brands that you guys are exclusive distributors for. It's Florem and Inika. Maybe you guys want to just mention briefly what Florem brand is and Inika brand. And then what I really want to get into how you guys, what are your criterias in terms of selecting organic brands and products?
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think procurement in Justlife is very exciting and fun and could take a very long process, but it's really worth it in the end. Yeah. So first and foremost, for all the products, that our basic criteria is to have organic, and then we will look into the heartwarming, heart fulfilling stories shared by the artisans, because it's always not easy, and we also always look up to the farmers and artisans, any suppliers that go into organic businesses. So Florem is uh, the the
It's
it's
actually, Florem is one of the
yeah.
pioneers in organic aromatherapy in specific. So they've been doing this for about 23 years as well, most similar to us. So they've been organic since the start. Yeah.
30.
30
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
years. Yeah, about 30 years. Yeah. So they're one of the brands that exhibit values that goes beyond organic certification. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they are so into what they do that they actually invest in their own machines to actually do a lot of like testings.
Chemical
Yeah,
compound testing.
to test the
Yeah.
chemical compounds. So, for example, right, for the past 2 years, we actually didn't have any supply on rose essential oil. And it wasn't because there wasn't any organic rose flowers available. It's just because that after Florem distilled the rose essential oils, they did their own internal testings and it didn't meet their standards. So it
Mm-hmm.
was also from organic rose buds, but because it didn't meet their previous standards, they decided not to sell the rose oils. So that's how serious they are about their
Yeah.
qualities. That goes way beyond the whole organic certification and the whole process. And because they wanted to bring really high quality aromatherapy products, they actually take a longer time and a slower process in terms of their distillation. So they use lower temperatures, more gentle temperatures to extract the essential oils, which preserves a very complete chemical profile that has therapeutic benefits. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
compare it to conventional essential oils, a lot of people just smell it and you say, oh, it smells like very strong, very nice, so it's very effective. Actually, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so it seems like you cook something when you use like very high heat, you get the aroma out instantly and very quickly, right? But in Florem, they use gentle heat, very lower heat, but they preserve all the chemical compounds of the therapeutic benefits of the chemical compounds. So that's why it's an essential oil. They do a range of essential oil that heals, and that's why they have
Mm.
such an extensive skincare range that
Yeah.
they even have proven efficacy on the labeling. So they do a lot of clinical studies and also customer usage, so they can prove that their skincare, and the essential oils actually do work. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Not only on the fragrance, but it's
Yeah.
for the healing, because we know that there is chemical compound in every plant. So after it's extract, they focus on the aroma therapeutic effect. So they even keep a aroma library where
Yeah.
every batch they will test it and then keep it in their aroma
Library,
which is very
yeah.
interesting.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I love that you guys go beyond just the certification. I think probably the certification, which is hard enough to get, is a very basic layer. But you guys go further in then visiting these farms if they're local.
Yeah.
I read in your website about biodynamic, um, and I was just like, wow, what is that? I mean, organic is one. So please educate us. What is that? What is the difference?
Okay.
Okay, so
Chewy.
we know that organic, there is always like no words in front of it, no pesticide, no chemical fertilizer. Everything is about no. But then in biodynamic is beyond, is way beyond organic. So the basic is also organic. So their land have to be at least 3 years organic before they go into biodynamic. And then when you go into a biodynamic farm, you can see it's like a very balanced ecosystem. You can see it's like a family. So it's not just only about plants. In biodynamic agriculture, it's also focused about the people, the land, the soil, and the animals, even the microorganisms in it, and even flowers. So when we go into biodynamic farm, which we also have few in Malaysia, you can immediately feel the difference, because you can see a lot of bees and a lot of birds and also flowers around. So
Mm,
biodynamic basically is not just only to preserve the land, but it can actually heal the earth. Yeah, heal the
mm,
earth, meaning that even if the soil is not in a good condition, so after biodynamic agriculture, which they have certain preparation method, so they will mix the a lot of herbs and also some formulation. They will actually heal the earth and let the crops grow itself and
mm.
Yeah.
yeah, in a
Right.
beautiful way.
I
Yeah.
think one
Nice.
of the story that we really wish to share is actually how biodynamic can heal the earth. So there is actually a desert in Egypt. There's a desert in Egypt, and there's a community there that actually grows herbs and a lot of spices biodynamically. So imagine in Egypt in a desert, right? It's all sand. It's all
Yeah.
sand, and water is a bit limited there. But using the biodynamic practices, you can actually bring back all the ecosystem. You can grow herbs, you can grow food, even enough food to feed not only the big community but the regional communities around them. Yeah, and so you can
Wow.
see, wow, biodynamic is really amazing. So I think in Floram, our lavender essential oils, some batches we do use biodynamic lavender as well. So yeah, if we have that, then yeah, I can look out for it. Yeah, we share that.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so give us a picture of what your research and development team is like. Is it one person or is it actual team?
Okay, it's not just one person, because one person is hard to
Yeah.
learn. Yeah, so in Justlife, we always learn from our customer and also our suppliers, because customer usually are more stricter than us. They will find
Yeah.
out more than us, which we will go and learn more about it. And then also our suppliers take a very big part in it. For example, like we we collaborate with Mumi, Raw
Yeah.
Nature collaborated with Mumi to create organic mask, which is plant dye organic mask. So I think it needs the connection with the suppliers, because, like for example, myself, I'm not uh, uh, very knowledgeable in fabrics. So when I connect with Mooney, so he will let me know like what is the fabrics about and which one is the sustainable one. Yeah. So
Right.
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's
So
everyone
Yeah.
is our R&D team.
Yeah,
Yeah, we use
Yeah.
big,
whoever we have, whatever we have.
yeah,
Yeah,
big team.
yeah, we're a big team.
Yeah. Very.
But
And I feel.
I think there's an interesting point you made there. Like customer are more the
Particular than the
awareness compared to last time is different. Right
Yeah.
now they are the one that like tells us, oh, this is coming up. We should look into all that. I think that that you need to use that as your main point as well. Like for us as well, when we make products, it's always like from the requirement of our customers. Like they buy from us and then, oh, but maybe you guys should look into this because me and my friends have problem sourcing for this, and if you do it, then we can. So those are the things. If we are we accept that, then it makes our job easier rather than just short sendiri make anything, but it
Yeah.
doesn't solve anyone's problem. So I think that is true as well from a lot of us, where our customers are more aware and they are more educated and they want this kind of thing and strictness. But I think before Mia continue, I want to ask about the organicness in terms of course, there are certifications outside of Malaysia, but in case of Malaysia, what organic certification that you look in, and also is there a biodynamic certification here, those kind of thing?
Yeah, in Malaysia, we have a My Organic certification, which most of the farmers will look into it.
Mhm.
Yeah, but for our team, we also, because we know that to certify a farm is a long process, but then we always want to support our farmers and also artisan. So if they didn't take the organic certification, we will visit them and then know how is their farm
Their processes
what their
like,
processes like.
yeah, what are
Yeah,
the practices like?
yeah.
I think most importantly is why the artisans and why the farmers decided to do this, because like we can't put a CCTV at the farm and see that, hey, when are you spraying, or when are you not spraying, right? So it's very it's, I think we really emphasize on the intention of
Mm.
why the product is made. Yeah, so that's where we hear about, the farmer story, the artisan story. Then you will know that despite all the challenges, and no matter how hard it is, they will try their best to actually do what they want to do and bring all these added values to our consumers. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's how we've been building the relationship with our farmers. So we don't require them to take the certification, because we always go beyond the certification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a interesting point to take, because I think, yeah, certification itself can also be a business.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's the only solution to creating trust and transparency.
Mm.
How do you guys, so to translate that to your customers, because customers will be like, where is it on the label, where's the
Mm.
certification, how can I trust you? How do you guys then translate that to customers?
Mm. I think through 20 years of experience, and through every incident or every new product that we bring in, we've sort of like built this mutual understanding, or this trust with our customers and also with our suppliers. So, for example, when we have this new product that's in, so customers would ask a lot about it, and then we would tell them everything that we've done about it, everything that we know in terms of I think Chiu, when she curates the products, she curates from seeds to shelves. So from the seeds itself, like what sort of species that you're using, is it heirloom species? And
Yeah.
from the cultivation method, is it organic or is it biodynamic? And even the harvesting, like when is it harvested? Is it
Yeah.
harvested on the tree when it's already ripened, or is it or does it ripen on in the delivery journey? Or even
Yeah.
the processing, the formulation, even the packaging, and how does it impact the environment. So these,
Yeah.
like, Unplug has your 8 criteria, right?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
terms of sourcing. So for
For us,
us, we also have our own criteria, and these are all of the things that we consider and we look when we
Yeah.
when we source a product. So in our shop, it's an everyday effort that we share all these values, all these stories, all these passionate stories that we
Yeah.
have and we curate. And I think it's something that's really genuine. It's very genuine. And if there are any doubts in it, we always welcome our customers to go to the farm yourself. meet the
Yeah.
farmers yourself, meet the artisans yourself, hear the story yourself, then it hits differently. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's so so important because it gives, customers give us that allowance
Yeah.
to go beyond just certification. Speaking of the farms, like how many local farmers do you work with plus artisans in Malaysia alone?
In Malaysia alone.
Malaysia alone.
Yeah.
I think we have more than there's so many.
So many. Maybe
There's so many.
40, 50?
Yeah,
40,
for
50.
research.
Probably
And
40 to 50. Yeah.
and do you guys visit all of them? Have you guys gone on visits and
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we can say most of
most.
them. Most of them we've
most of
visited them because we do need to see, right, like, so how the farm is.
Yeah.
We do need to connect with the people. So usually how the process is like, I think Chewy can share more on the process. Yeah.
Yeah, so usually we will bring our team, not just our core team, but also we want to involve our retail team into the farm so that whenever customer feedback that any products or vegetable that is not in good condition, like how can we handle it? Because the handling part is very important. It's not just like this is not good, so you just refund it to me. But instead, they have to know how hard the farmers, organic farmers, work their land and also their vegetable. Because for organic farming, the comparison between conventional farming is because conventional farming, everything is controlled. They can grow in a greenhouse, they can put their formulation of the chemical fertilizer, but for organic, it's very different. It's like they have to have the rice depending on the weather. So it's they need to have the consciousness that that the farmers grow their vegetable is not in a very easy process. Yeah, so it's important to know the values behind. Yeah.
right? So I've
Yeah.
got one last question. Seeing that you're working with these farmers and artisans, um, in this 20 years, there's been growth, but what are some of their main challenges, and what do you wish to see in the ecosystem for things to change?
Mm. I think, yeah, that brings to, I think, Mia's favorite topic on Mari Market. Yeah. Um, for farmers and artisans, right? I think a lot of times they can only focus on producing really quality goods, and they spend a lot of time on producing their best, but it's actually there's a gap between what they produce and the market, and how do they market it. So at Just Life, I think we like to play the role that we share their stories, we tell their stories. So we work with like Mooney, we like to tell the Mooney story as well, and we work with Saffron and Sarai, we like to tell Iman's story as well. So
You guys
we,
are like you guys are
yeah,
like the marketeers, the
yeah,
go-to market, right?
a platform for them to shine. Yeah,
Yeah,
for people
yeah,
to actually see them. So that's why when you walk into any Just Life stores, the first thing that you see in our store is actually the local corner. So the one that Harith put in the our POP, yeah, in our materials. So that's the local corners that we wish to highlight them. They are really small artisans, and artisans actually it's really hard for them during their first 2 years. It's a really struggling, it's a very tough process. But I think through different initiatives like Mari Market, like our upcoming Slow Market, we wish to provide this kind of space so that more people can actually get to know them, and more people would support them and
yeah,
support what
yeah,
they would like to do. Because the consumer support actually means a lot to the artisans and the farmers, especially during the first few years. Yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah,
artisans and artisans products are sometimes you will find it more expensive than imported products. It's
yeah,
because
yeah,
we use so much time and so much effort, and there's only so much a pair of hands can do, right, compared
yeah,
to like
yeah,
machines and big scale. So like for example, the upcoming slow market that we would like to invite Unplug, we would like to actually exhibit all these like values and the essence of time, and how time, only when you give a product time, enough time to produce, you actually get the real substance. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
the problem in our current society is that we want everything fast. So fast
yeah,
food, fast produce, fast money, everything to be fast, fast, fast. But there's so much of the side effects that come with this sort of like we want this kind of culture. So is it now is a good time to ask all these questions? So instead of going towards like the fast, everything is fast. So you need hormones, you need pesticides, you need chemical fertilizers to be fast. So why not go the other way?
Mm-hmm.
Slow production, slow food. Organic is slow, and it's
Yeah.
how it should be. Yeah, it's not something new. It's
Yeah.
how it should be. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of the focus has been when we talk about sustainability in retail and production, a lot of the focus has been on consumers, and then
Mm-hmm.
also producers, how to change things, right? How
Yeah.
to source, and the processes, but people overlook the middle part, which is the bridge between producers and consumers, which is really where Unplug and Just Life stands. We are retailers. We're also part of marketing, but of
Yeah.
course there's so many other key roles under the umbrella of marketing, which if this part for me, if we have more collaborations within this segment, I think things can really change for the better.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that is one of the things that why I set up the show and why we, including me, want this kind of engagement and because right now there is a lot of awareness. People want this kind of thing. They want ethical product, sustainable product. They want
Mm-hmm.
this kind of thing, but there is a limited supply of it in the market. So we need to have more conversation and more. I think this is the day and age where we have more collaboration. We should see ourselves, even though we compete, not to say compete. It looks like we compete, but actually, if we work together, everyone, it's a win-win situation. And I think that is one of the reasons we bring you in as well because we want to encourage more green businesses, more customer awareness in terms of where to find the products and all that, and to show that actually green business and or organic business can work in Malaysia. You guys
Mm-hmm.
have been doing it for more than 20 years and you are still here. So this is the time where we see uh, sustainability right now is the buzzword lah. So
Yeah.
I think we want to encourage more of the like Mia said, the supply chain. Like in my factory, when we make things, we look not just at the material, we look at the glue that we use, the packaging that we use, the coating that we use, and so we consider all that. But it also includes our chain of custody, which is our supplier of timber, our sawmiller, and it also includes the forest where they take the material. So we need all of them to work together so that eventually we will help solve the supply chain issue.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with that, Mia, any you said you might be doing
Yeah.
something with Just Life.
So,
You want to plug in?
yeah, Unplug and Just Live, we are toying with this idea of promoting a small focus group curated tour to Just Live's local organic farm partners. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be such a great immersion. So if you guys are interested, please do DM Unplug on IG just to give us your feedback. What would you like to see and experience, and let us know whether that is something that you guys look forward to in the future.
And
Cool.
if you guys want to see Just Life products, they in Unplug, you can also buy online. Is it online already? It's online already, right?
Yeah, yeah. So you
So
can
you,
look for Florem and Inika Makeup.
and also you can go at their shop in Bangsa Village 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually experience and see what it's all about lah. Other than that, it's we are at the end of the show. Thank you very much, Just Life team, Chewy, Sara, and we will have next month. Have we finalized who ini next month? Yeah, or keep
Surprise.
it surprise. Thank you very much, Mia. Thank you very much, team from Just Life, and thank you very much for viewers and listeners to the show. And see you next month. And have a green week ahead. Bye bye, guys.
Bye.